Like sort of a philosophical question: is this team playing not to lose, or for have everything to gain?
And, you talk about us? You know what? Yeah, I mean, everything's ahead of us. I mean, we're going to play the best team in our league, the league champion, and we had to turn the page from this weekend. We're excited. We're practicing, and this is an opportunity for us again to go out there and be the best we can, and it's one game shot.
Is there something to it that you guys know your fate? It's win or go home. Whereas Wisconsin, they lost last weekend, but they're going to the NCAA's. Same with Michigan State. Do you think you have that to your advantage?
You know what? I mean, both teams are going to compete to win. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, and that's why they've done so well this year and so many wins and won our league. So I think both teams are out there to empty the tanks, and it's one game on the weekend, so there's no turning back.
Last weekend you talked about discipline, not taking penalties, a third game that came through for you, as well as the face-offs. You had really good face-offs in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's a difference at the end of the day. Saturday, we took a couple bad penalties, and it cost us. Sunday, we kept our discipline, and when you battle on the face-off circle, and they got some guys that are pretty good, and we got better as the weekend went on, and people don't realize how important that face-off dot is. So, again, it comes down to that at the end of the year in playoffs. You got to do all those little things.
You guys first 7 seed to win in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament. What does that mean for this team, and what is different about this team opposed to the 7 seeds of the past?
You know what? I'm not sure about what's happened in the past. All I can tell you is, we didn't really think about 7-2 or anything like that. We just thought about going up there and trying to win hockey games. And, I mean, to me, it says a lot about the guys in the room here, and they've never given up on the year. They've continued to work hard. It says a lot about my staff and how hard they've pushed and tried to develop these guys, which is the ultimate goal. And when you got a belief and that you can do something, funny things happen. And, again, we were fortunate to come away with 2 of the wins this past weekend.
You guys played in East Lansing a few weeks ago. You guys took Game 1 in that game. What does that do for your confidence now, knowing that you guys can beat them?
Well, again, I mean, you dig a little bit out of the past on some of the good things you've done and whatnot. And, the nice part is we have played up there, and we were on both ends of it, winning and losing ends. So we know we got to be at our best, obviously, to play these guys. I mean, they're well coached, got a lot of respect for their coaching staff and what they've done, and obviously their team. So, for our guys, we've been there. We got to go up there with some confidence and go up there and try to empty the tanks and see what happens.
You played the past couple of weekends without Cam and Joe. They're done, but then you've had some guys step up like Max. What's it been like in the locker room for the guys to come in and pick things up?
Well, it's exactly it. I mean, sports, right? I mean, you're going to lose some guys to injuries, and it happened to hit us. But other guys, I'll tell you what, I tip my cap to the team and to this locker room, because they just, banded together and they just said, we're going to go out there and, we're going to do this thing. It's not an individual sport. This is a team sport, and we played a team weekend with all our guys, and that's what it takes at this time of year.
In the locker room when you find out that Cam and Joe are out for the season, 2 of your big guys are out?
Yeah, obviously it's something that you don't want to happen, especially those 2 guys that play a pretty big impact in our team. I think it helped us honestly rally behind those guys, and obviously they're out, so what we can do, we play for them, and we play as a brotherhood together. So no matter who's in the lineup, I think it's just sticking together as a group and kind of moving forward.
Coming in as a freshman, your first Big Ten tournament, but you didn't seem to have any nerves the first night. What was it like that weekend?
Yeah, obviously playing Wisconsin too, from a bunch of family, so I think that just gave me a lot of confidence, and I was really excited to play, and especially playing against Wisconsin too. In Wisconsin, I think there couldn't be nothing better, especially if just being a Wisconsin kid. So kind of going in there, all I wanted to do was just play with confidence and help my team to win. So, and I think as a team collective, we did that.
Walk us through that kind of third period in Game 1. You scored both the goals there, the first one right over the shoulder of McClellan. What did you see on that goal?
Yeah, so obviously Johnny, I think kind of before that, we were kind of just buzzing on the power play kind of earlier in the game, and I think Johnny just made a really nice play. That seam opened up, and I caught that puck and kind of attacked the net, and obviously I wanted to shoot at that short side, so took my shot and went in the net. So just a great play by Johnny and the power play and just finding the puck.
And then for Michigan State, how confident are you guys, knowing that you guys beat them in East Lansing in that game 1?
Yeah, I think we're really confident as a group. I think we just need to, again, just do the simple things, stick together, and just kind of play our game. And we know that if we play our game, we play well, we can beat these guys. So I think it's going in there with a bunch of confidence and knowing that we can get the win and go to the Big Ten championship.
You're one of the 15 new guys to the roster way back months ago. It took a while for you guys to gel. What was the turnaround?
I think it's for us is just playing our game. I think once we get away from that and once we do just a lot of different things, I think that's when we start to struggle. But once we play our game, we play simple, play strong, and just do the right things, success happens for us. So I think it's important for us for this weekend is to keep it simple and keep doing what we have been doing the past couple of weeks now and get that win.
What kind of differences are there between a 3-game series and going into a single elimination?
Obviously, it's way more important. I think it was really important for us to play that 3rd game in Madison just because it's do or die. So it's the same thing this weekend and kind of moving forward, it's just do or die, and you have to keep winning games. So I think for us, it's, again, just keeping it simple.
Some of the guys last weekend, I'll ask you the same. The role of being an underdog, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think we prepared all season. I think some of the bounces didn't go right during the season, but I think we've proved that we can play with these guys. So I think we're going to go in there and just try to play our game.
You can ask Max the difference between a best of 3 and a single elimination.
Yeah, I mean, best of 3. I know you're playing the same team. We ended up playing them 3 times, so I feel like it's not that much different just because we know Mich State from playing them in the playoffs, but definitely like penalties matter way more in a single elimination game, and just like the tiny details matter a lot more. You could be down, you could be up, just kind of managing the emotions. And I think that we should be really excited for this challenge, and I think that all the guys are. And I think we're looking forward to going up to Mich State on Saturday or Friday.
I asked Max this also. How was the confidence going into East Lansing, knowing that you guys were able to take a game from them?
Yeah, I thought we played really well for most part during the season versus them. Just the first game obviously got a little out of hand, but after that game, I think without the 5-minute major in their second game at home, I think it's a lot closer. And we obviously beat them the night before, and then the one in the second game here, I thought we played them just as good as, if not better, from some of the other games. So I think the belief is there, and I think that's what matters the most.
You're one of the guys that have been in this Big Ten tournament before, playing in it last year. What's the leadership that you're trying to take in, being the first-line center on this team, playing against a Michigan State team?
Yeah, I mean, there's guys that played in the tournament more than me, so I don't know about that stuff. But I mean, the key is having 4 lines that can score. Just like I said, it's a 1 game, so you never know who's going to be the hero. And I think if you always look at the NHL playoffs, guys develop nicknames like Mr. Game 7 or something. I know Justin Williams is that, or different stuff like that. So I think that it's important that those guys know that they're the ones that are going to end up changing the game for us.
How did this team get in this position from winning 1 out of your first 18 conference games to now reaching this point?
Yeah, I think honestly, we kind of had a little bit of bad luck at the beginning. We'd outplay teams, but didn't get the results we wanted. But I think it's a good testament to where we are now, and like we've all been saying, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.